What's up? We're in Pulaski, Virginia, getting ready to do a 57-mile bike packing journey of the New River Trail State Park. Currently we are up here in Dora Junction. We're waiting on our transport, and we're gonna start down here in Galax, Virginia, ride up tomorrow to Foster Falls here, and then finish on Sunday coming back here to Pulaski. I believe that this is the end of the trail here. We're very excited. It's been a while since I've done a video, but it should be pretty perfect. I have my riding partner, Chris, here with me. Apparently the campsites have been suited for hammocks, so that should be pretty awesome for tonight and tomorrow. And yeah, so we'll check back in once we get down to Galax. It should be about an hour drive once the transport gets here, and we'll touch back then. We made it. We're in Galax, Virginia. Just had an awesome transport from the New River Outfitters. Had a great ride from Bruce. Great conversation. I think this is the start of our trail. Down here we have the river. It's pretty awesome. Little parking area here. And a caboose. Everybody likes a caboose, right? So I think we're just about packed up. Chris is finishing up, getting all his gear ready, and then we're gonna head out. Day one. So far it was about a 5-hour drive up. Pretty non-eventful. Didn't hit any traffic. It was pretty awesome. Got our shuttle in. We're about 2 miles into the ride, and I think the campground at Cliffview Falls is, or the Cliffview Campground is 2.2 miles, so we should be coming up on it soon. Right now it's about 75 degrees out, and it's supposed to be, the temperature's supposed to drop at some point to like the 50s tonight, which should be pretty awesome. So we're really looking forward to that. Have you seen the raccoon again? I wonder if that's where your cave is, man.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to be overcast today. I think it's supposed to be overcast today.
Yeah, it's pretty overcast. I think it said it got down to like 56. It was 56 when I woke up this morning. This is day 2 of our new River Trail State Park bike packing trip. Today should be like a 30+ mile ride. We're probably not even like a mile in. We already stopped at a waterfall. The waterfall was pretty awesome. We were trying to get across to it, but there was no way to feasibly get across. It's a little chilly today. It's like 56 degrees. Campsites were cool, like Cliffview got kind of busy, but everybody was pretty quiet and awesome. And we slept with no tarps last night, which was a good idea. Except it was cloudy, so there wasn't very many stars. But I think both of us had like some comfort issues last night. I got super hot and was sweating my ass off. And Chris was like sliding around, right?
Yeah, slide.
Yeah.
Adjusting.
I think, but I don't know. I slept pretty good though. I feel like even when you don't sleep that well in a hammock, it's still better than not sleeping in a bed, right? Yeah. When I woke up, it was like, I don't know, it was like around 3, and I guess it got kind of windy around like 4-ish, and it just like rocked me back to sleep. I feel like I need to invent a machine that will rock your hammock when there's no breeze. I slept like a baby after that. The next thing I knew, it was like 8 in the morning. But it wouldn't have been much of a sunrise. I think it was just going to be like overcast. It's pretty overcast still. It's pretty misty out. There's a lot of mist in the air. Misty, like the weather. Hey, Misty. But it's pretty cool. We're following this creek. Do you remember the name of this creek? Chestnut Creek. And that's where the waterfall was, along Chestnut Creek as well. So we stopped there, and we're just gonna keep on going. The trail's pretty awesome. Lots of leaves falling. A little bit of color change in the leaves. There's some yellow, a little bit of orange, but not really that much. Yeah, all in all, it's been pretty fantastic. So far the trail's been incredibly easy. Going from Galax to Pulaski, the majority of the trail's been downhill thus far, and it's incredibly well maintained. I think we read at the visitor center in Galax that, or sorry, it was in Cliffview, had a visitor center for the campground. We read that this trail is only 80 feet on either side of the trail is the park, and so it rides through private properties, and so it's really cool. It's like a community coming together to kind of keep this trail going, you know, allowing the state to kind of make this area for everybody to kind of enjoy. We've seen a lot of runners, a lot of bikers, not overly crowded, but no horses yet. You can ride horses out here. You just have to watch where you step, because there are some areas where there's cow poop. Piles, big piles of cow poop. Or not cow poop, unfortunately. Or cows. We saw cows yesterday. There's a whole like pasture. It was pretty awesome. And we also saw little tiny beavers. There might have been baby beavers. I'm not sure if they were baby beavers, but they were like tiny beavers. They looked like tiny beavers. They may not have been beavers at all, but they looked like tiny beavers. Morning, guys. Forgot to mention earlier that last night at the campsite, around dark, someone came through the campsite. I don't even know who it was. It could have been a ranger, it could have been another camper. But there was like a little communal fire pit with some seating around, and they came around and announced that there was going to be campfire games last night. I had never experienced that. Not that I've been camping for that long, but I thought it was just like a really cool thing that that happened. We didn't go. We were trying to get our own fire started, which you know, there's a fire ban right now in this area because it's been so dry, and we had like the hardest time getting a fire going. I think we would have it going pretty good, and it would be nice and warm, and then out of nowhere it would just go out. It was pretty bizarre, but you know, it happens. And you know, I've started fire with soaking wet wood before, and it was just one of those times. It was just being a bear. But anyway, I just wanted to share those funny stories. So of course, how I'm mentioning how awesome and easy this trail has been, we just stopped and I realized I forgot my backpack at the last place we stopped. Hello again. So now we have to ride all the way back to the waterfall. That's awesome. Maybe we get like an extra couple miles out of it.
Yeah.
My bag is still here. Oh. Coming up to our first tunnel. I'm very excited for the tunnel. We just passed through through this cool little section of the creek. Still, I'm pretty sure this is still Chestnut Creek, right? Yeah, I don't think it's ever changed. It's up to the Let's see what happens. We're gonna go for it. Tunnel time. Tunnel. I don't remember the name of the tunnel. Maybe I'll put it in the video after. I think there's another tunnel. We should almost be to Freeze Junction, which is the next little kind of like stop where there's like I guess a beach maybe down in Freeze that you can go down to. I guess we're gonna have to skip that part for today since we added another like 6 miles to the trip because I forgot my backpack. So that was awesome. Good job, me. So I don't know if we'll stop there for lunch or just kind of press on now that we're a little bit behind. I guess we'll see when we get there. Tons of like little birds out there flying around all over the water. This is a pretty tall bridge. Whoa. Oh, this is so cool. Part of the trail is really cool. It's between Austinville and Shot Tower, and the trail is probably up about 80 feet from the water, the river down below to my left here. And it's kind of cool. It was making this insane like optical illusion. If you were like real close to the edge here, you could kind of like look straight down. It looked like the water level was right there, but as you look out, you realize you're about 80 feet below the surface. Felt like more than 70 some steps. Nice. Is that the way down? Oh my god, I'm like dying. Oh, that's so cool. This will probably be the last video that I do before we get back to camp, but we just left Shot Tower and learned all about how they made shot there for bird shot. Pretty cool. And we're headed to camp now. Should be there like another mile-ish or so, I would say. Pretty easy day. We're gonna make it with plenty of time to hang out and enjoy the rest of the night. That's it for an update. Nothing left to report. They did have heated bathrooms at Shot Tower. So even if you don't want to go to Shot Tower and you just want a heated bathroom with heat, you should go to Shot Tower. There's a heated bathroom there. Do that. Foster Falls Campground. Both of us slept like a dream last night. A little bit of rain, nothing, more like a sprinkle. Wasn't really anything crazy. But I would say last night I slept markedly better. We slept in trees last night rather than sleeping in the hammock stands that were there. And I think we were able to put our hammocks out a little bit further and get the tarps up. The stands that they have could just squeeze in a 12-foot hammock, or yeah, 12-foot tarp, sorry. But Chris's tarp is a little bit longer than that. So we opted for the trees, and I think that was a good decision. But the campsite overall was pretty awesome. There's like tons of, there's 2 little camp stores there, firewood, snacks, camping gear, clothing, you know, the whole bit. I think that's been one of the things we were surprised about when we started this trip, was that we thought it was going to be a little bit more primitive camping. We weren't really realizing that both campgrounds we've stayed at so far were pretty much like you could drive in, you could car camp there, you could ride your horses, you could put in boats and all kinds of stuff. So there definitely have been sites along the trail that you could stop off that are not necessarily marked, but I think they're just first come first serve kind of thing. Stop and camp there. We saw a couple of those yesterday between Freeze and I guess Foster Falls. I know that's a longer distance, but I wasn't keeping track of exactly where they were. But they're there. But yeah, I think one of the biggest things was both of us just recently got warmer sleeping gear. Both pretty much the same exact setup, 0 degree under quilt, 10 degree top quilt. And I slept warm the first night, but last night I slept like a dream last night. It was awesome. Yeah, the pitter patter of the rain on the tarp. I slept like a baby. It's like I blinked and then the next thing I knew I was waking up and it was morning. Today should be good, cool-ish. It's cool-ish. I can't decide whether I'm hot or cold, which is probably pretty much where we were yesterday in terms of layering, taking on, putting off. As you go through, you're coming up through and you're in the sun, and then you go back down and you're kind of like in little valleys and stuff where it's cooler. But yeah, I think overall we're having a blast. This has been a very leisurely trip. I feel like next time we need to bring wife and kids and coolers and food and more beer. Oh man. But yeah, we have like a 20-some mile trip today back to Pulaski. Might stop off in, where was the barbecue place? There's a general store possibly in Draper that supposedly has some awesome barbecue. So we're looking forward to getting there, getting that for lunch, and then we'll head back this afternoon. Hopefully be home for dinner. Oh, look at all the turkeys right there. There's just like 3 or 4 turkeys running up through that. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of turkey running up there. Thus far, this section of the trail, I wouldn't say it's not as scenic, because it's still insanely pretty. You're just kind of rolling through along. There's private property and people's homes and stuff that you're kind of like going in and out of. Lots of fall leaves and stuff. So it's insanely pretty, but we haven't encountered any bridges or anything like that yet. We just passed a place for restrooms, a little rest stop. We're just kind of pressing on here. Not that we're in a rush, but we have a little bit more of a time crunch today to get back to the car and get home. But man, you're kind of like, same kind of deal as like the end of the trail yesterday. You're kind of like 50, 60 feet up over the river, and you kind of get these like peeking views in between trees and stuff. It's kind of cool. Awesome. That was a really high bridge. We just I gotta say, we've met like the nicest people on this trip. Pretty much like everyone we've run into at campsites, the rangers, they've just all been super helpful and just incredibly nice. Like, we were just on that bridge and a big group came through, and the last guy in line just stopped and talked. Want to know where we were from, where we were going. People have had a lot of questions about the bikes. I think we've been kind of like one of the few that have been like biking and camping. A lot of people have like ridden into a place, into one of the areas, and then stopped and stayed and rode back out. Oh, we're passing this group right here. Nice little shelter. That's cool. That was the same little group that just passed us. But, you know, people have just stopped and talked, chatting with us. People just want to know where we're going, have questions about the hammocks. We've seen quite a few more hammock campers out this weekend. There was a whole other group of guys that were solely sleeping in hammocks. Some of the rest of them had like hammocks to camp, but were mostly just like relaxing hammocks, like the kids had them and stuff. Well, not all the kids, the adults too. But yeah, the people have just been awesome. It's really cool. Everybody's just really happy to be out here, I guess, because it's so pretty. It's been super relaxing, just kind of like rolling through these easy little dirt to gravel roads. Hard pack. Hardly any elevation gains at all. But it's just been super pretty. And pretty leisurely too. But still fun nonetheless. So we're having some fun. There's this brand new mountain biking path that's out here. And they just put in through, goes like in and around an old quarry, I believe. Sorry. It's like all the climbing right now. Oh my God. That was pretty steep. It's like all the climbing. We took the bags off and left them down in the parking lot. So hopefully nobody steals our stuff. Oh, here comes Chris. Thought I lost him. Right. Oh yeah, cool. It just keeps going up. Well, the good thing with going up is that you have to come down. The good thing with that, we're gonna do like a mile of this trail. There's like a whole nother loop and a couple other trails to do for time. I just wanted to come check it out. I'd seen an article or a video or something about how they just put this in here. Oh, look. I think I'm like, It looks like we're about to go down right here. Oh shit, that was so fun. Oh, that was awesome. And then we stole our stuff. That was a lot of fun, dude.
That second half was a blast.
That was so much fun.
Ooh.
Oh, dude. Oh, this is so cool. go back over it? You know you want to go back over it. We don't have to. Yeah, right? That was really cool. Looks as though this is the part of the trail where the the new river, not the James River, the new river branches off of the trail. So after we kind of come around this bend here, right now the river's off to my right, and it's kind of bending to the right, and we're just gonna go straight, and it's gonna go on its way, and we're gonna go on our way. And the rest of it, I think, might be 6 miles from Draper. So Draper's next up, and we're gonna stop for hopefully barbecue. So it says on all the maps and stuff that there's about a 5% climb from where we're at. And we've been climbing for a good while now over those couple of bridges, and it's just like it goes up. It's not steep, but the fact that we're probably each have an extra 40 pounds on the back of our bikes, it's not the nice downhills that we've been used to the whole time. Not that I'm like complaining or saying that this is any kind of hard. I'm like breathing about it, but not really. But we've since lost the river, I think, and it should be trail much like this. I think we might get a view of Draper Mountain when we get to it, and hopefully barbecue sandwiches. We just hit a nice little downhill spot coming right out of Draper. It was very nice to go downhill, but what was nicer is that there is a little stop right there at Draper across the street place called Bryson's. Man, we just got the best barbecue sandwich I think I've ever eaten in my life. We heard that the barbecue sandwiches were there, and we got a barbecue sandwich. And a bunch of other like Hostess cakes, which were also delicious. So now it feels like we're going possibly back up again. I think it's uphill the entire way back, which I think is 6 miles left. So it's 6 more miles of uphill. I'm so excited. At least it's pretty. This whole part of the trail has been through like farmlands, meadows. It's completely different than what we had on the river. I can still taste the barbecue in my belly. Looks like we're made it back to the parking lot. The car is still here. Worst shot from all the uphill is definitely uphill for a good 7 miles, which is cool because it was like 50 miles downhill coming from Galax and then about 7 miles uphill, so can't complain too much. Chris, how's your butt feel? Is it the Megasaur ass? It's officially a Megasaur ass?
Yes.
Now we can tell everybody we saw a dinosaur.
Yeah.
There's dinosaurs. Chris's Megasaur ass. I have a butt pad, so I don't have a Megasaur ass.
You get a butt pad.
But I also feel like I'm wearing a diaper, but I have a Megasaur ass. Alright, well that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.